Thank you so much. Good evening, and on the show tonight I'll be asking Germaine Greer if she'll do my ironing. I have some more high-speed vegetables, and I have some strong advice for Britain's caravanners. But we begin with music. Now, there was a time when, if you wanted to be a musician, you had to go through the bothersome business of actually learning how to play a musical instrument. But not anymore. Music is now a broad church encompassing all sorts of noises. Some of today's musicians think that if they jiggle around the stage like apes while shouting, they'll have a hit. And amazingly, they're right. That's a band called Five there, with the follow-up to their first hit, You Can't Get Quicker Than a Quick Fit Fitter. It is, without any question or shadow of doubt, the worst noise ever made by a human being. I'd rather listen to someone farting. I'd even rather listen to Tony Blair's caring voice. And yet, people went into a record shop and bought it, using money. Now, to find out why, I've invited along the presenter of Top of the Pops. Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Middlemiss. How are you? Have a chair.
Oh.
What do you think of Five?
Wait, Jeremy. You know, for that type of thing, they're not really for me and you, are they? I mean,
well, no.
I don't sit at home and listen to Five, but they do fulfil a market for sort of like prepubescent girls, really, who are getting into music and fancying blokes. I think that's what they're there for. But as they sort of stand, I think Five aren't bad in that boy band camp.
Well, there are worse boy bands than that.
There are worse boy bands than that, yes. There are.
Have you met them?
I have met them.
And what are they like?
They're actually, there's a lot of fighting goes on between
Within
them.
the band?
Within the band. I think there was one
Good.
story where they had an argument and one actually kicked the other one in the stomach when they were, and then they all piled in and had a giant fight.
Well, with a bit of luck, it'll end up being fatal one day. You meet these pop stars, right? Are they all daft?
Yes.
How daft? On a scale of 0 to 10. I mean, really 0.
No, I mean, you can meet some and they're very inspirational. I mean, meeting David Barry was fantastic. And you just think, great. But then you meet some and you ask them a question. I mean, for example, I don't want to name names, but Gina G was the stupidest person I ever interviewed. And, you know, when you actually ask a question and say, what was it like in doing the Eurovision Song Contest? And someone comes back and says, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. You actually do think, why am I here? I mean...
But this is it, you see, it's all such rubbish compared to what I had when I was growing up. I mean, I've got here a record player, OK, which you probably won't remember. It was in the days we had vinyl, and on it...
They're called decks these days.
Decks. Well, it's a record player. And on it, we've got the best of a band called Curved Air. Are you familiar with Curved Air?
No.
Just listen to this, OK?
OK.
Ready? Now, this is music.
Jeremy's bollocks.
This is people playing instruments. It's fantastic. It's a lot better than what you get today, which is...
You see, right, this is used as a technique to go between two records. You can only do that... You can only do that if you have two decks and you're going between the two records to keep all the dancers dancing.
But this is my point, OK? DJs now... DJs are now earning more than pop stars.
Yeah, too right.
But it's just ridiculous.
No, because if a pop star writes their own stuff, right, then they earn the big bucks.
Yeah.
Right, say the Spice Girls, right?
Yeah.
They're sort
They
of
write their own stuff.
Well, no, but they've got writing. Now, look...
They're credited with writing it.
Exactly.
And they're very, very rich.
You had to be, yeah, exactly. But DJs earn a lot of money because they can take a club and they can build the atmosphere and they make the club what it is.
It's easy to make the club work. You just put Hi-Ho Silver Lining on and everyone will play the dance floor. How many records do you have to sell now to get to number one?
I don't think it's that many, actually. It depends what time of year it is.
4?
I think it's just over 5. I think it depends what time of year it is. January is a really, really good month to be able to get to number one, I think. Because nobody's buying records. Everybody's just finished for Christmas. And so 911 can have a number one in January.
So if in January I just come along and do this, right? Put some...
Yeah.
That's a number one hit single I've just written now.
Try a word. Just say a word over and over again. Then.
Large.
That's it.
Giving it large.
Yeah.
Right then. You just need proper marketing with that, and I'm away.
You're aware.
Because that's the great thing. You were saying
Populist.
one-hit wonders. I mean, I've got my old Guinness Book of Hit singles from whenever it is, 84, and there were only about half a dozen of them. And now you get them every week. Because the thing about a one-hit wonder was, in the olden days, you didn't go and buy it because you supported that band.
Yes.
You went and bought it because it was a great song. I mean, look, we've got one now. Can we just play it? It's 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. Whoa, time for a gear change. Just love that. Because they've just had that poll, haven't they, this week? They've just had the readers and listeners
The
poll.
best lyrics in the world ever.
Ever.
Paul. Ever.
And what won it?
Was
Imagine, was it? Yeah, Imagine won it.
Yes.
But did you see that Robbie Williams...
I saw this.
Robbie Williams came second and fifth. So apparently, the second best lyric ever is "Whether I'm right or wrong and down the waterfall wherever it may take me." Second best lyric ever written.
Well, what about the Desiree lyric? I don't want to see a ghost. That's the thing I fear the most. I'd rather have a piece of toast and watch the evening news.
Well, that's just inspired. It's nearly as good as the great Spanish stroll, Mink DeVille.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, but it's got, he caught a plane and he got on it.
Yeah.
He caught a plane and then he missed it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Middlemiss. Now, I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about a disease that was brought to Britain by some gypsies in the 13th century. Today, in this country alone, there are estimated to be 500,000 sufferers. It's called owning a caravan. Makes you completely mad. I mean, these people live in houses with a wide variety of rooms to suit their every need. They have heating, they have plumbing, but every year they leave all these creature comforts behind and spend a week in a field, defecating in a bucket. Now, I'm not being stupid here, OK? I know you can have fun with a caravan. Look. The thing is that caravanners wouldn't be such a nuisance if they drove like this. But they don't, do they? It's hard to see what the problem is, really. I mean, I'm towing a caravan now and the road's completely empty. I haven't seen another car for hours. That's because I'm suffering from owning a caravan. I haven't looked in my rear-view mirror for a year. Look at that queue! I'm just pottering along, looking for somewhere nice to park up for the night. See, that's the thing about having a caravan. You can stop in any beauty spot and ruin the view for everyone else. Of course, these days you don't have to defecate in a bucket. Today's caravan sites have modern washing facilities, so that's great. You can shower with a load of other men. Eventually, though, you have to get back on the road network to go home. And that's where I have a couple of tips. You will be holding up the other traffic, so why not put on a show to keep everyone amused? You could perhaps put a television in the back window. Or, better still, get your teenage daughter to do some work for a change. Look Look, he doesn't mind being held up now. He's happy! But there is another way that you can make the drivers behind you delirious with pleasure. Think. Your Caravan is deeply unpopular, so what's the best thing you can do with it? It's easy. You just set fire to the bloody thing. Now, tonight I'm looking at Russia, a country that's always been easy to mock. I mean, this is their idea of a spy. And, of course, their idea of a car is a larder. Now, with this, they spurned decadent Western production techniques like welding, choosing instead to make it out of yoghurt and cheese. And that straight-line styling says it all. Nothing sleek and aerodynamic ever came out of Russia. Really? Well, I'd call that lot pretty bloody sleek and aerodynamic. But that's the thing, you see. Russia always was very good at pointy things with rockets. Sure, America was first to put a man on the moon, and all credit to them for that. But the first into space were the Russians. The first to orbit the Earth were the Russians. The first to put a living creature into space were the Russians. The first to put a man in space were the Russians. The first to put a woman in space were the Russians. The first to do a spacewalk were the Russians. The first to Venus were the Russians. And then there's Mir, that leaking, juddering, rusty orbital larder that keeps crashing into itself. Ho, ho, ho. But it's been up there for 13 years. And where's America's Skylab? Well, I'll tell you exactly where it is. It's in Australia, where it crashed back in 1979. And I think the problem here is that the Americans spent too much of their time designing consumer luxuries like this. And frankly, a cappuccino frother is of limited use in the struggle for world domination. No. If you want to control the planet, you're better off with one of these. Yes, it may not have been much good at frothing your coffee, but this Russian-made Caspian sea monster can carry up to 8 tanks from continent to continent at 500 miles an hour. And unlike an American whirlpool bath, it's fully armed. Then there's the Russian Sukhoi, which, well, it can do aerial ballet. Oh, that's fantastic. The Russians are so much tougher too. I mean, when the American mafia want to send you a message, they cut off your horse's head. Big deal. The Russian mafia are now using nuclear submarines to smuggle drugs, and if the police interfere, this is what they do to the police station. And that's the chief constable's house, and this is the house of someone who's thinking of joining the police force, and this is where his brother lives. You ask anyone who's been to Russia in recent years what it's like, and you always get the same answer. It's bloody terrifying. Food's okay, though, because Russia has given us the blini. Now, to make this, you need milk, you need dry yeast, flour, eggs, butter, salt, sugar, vegetable oil, sour cream, and caviar. Unfortunately, however, none of these ingredients is actually available in Russia. So instead, the typical Russian lunch is this: a cabbage. We'd perhaps be a little bit depressed about that, but they're not, because while they're waiting for it to cook, they get smashed out of their heads on vodka. Let's meet a Russian, shall we? He defected in the 80s, and he's now an author and broadcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, Vitaly Vitaliev. Drink.
So what am I supposed to do with this bottle? We need the glasses, to do it in a civilized way. A glass is sacrosanct. If we start swigging it from the bottle, we'll be like savages.
So you, under no circumstances, drink vodka from a bottle?
Well, I myself, I've been through a number of situations where actually, no matter how vodka hungry we were, and we had no glass.
Hungry, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. You can be vodka hungry.
Yeah, I am.
You should wait until the end of the show.
Yeah.
In Australia, I did a chat show, and the presenter was a big guy like you, and, of course, you know, a Russian, you have to drink vodka. So he started drinking vodka, and it was live in front of the camera. So he had to be resuscitated during the commercial break. I swear, yeah. I was all right, you know, but he completely lost it. So I wouldn't recommend it, not in front of the camera.
I read the other day, the World Health Organization says that if a country drinks on average per head 8 litres of pure alcohol a year, it actually affects the gene pool of that country. And Russia's getting through 14 litres of pure alcohol per head per year. I mean, 14 litres.
I think this information is a bit out of date because I heard that it's 20 litres now.
So, it is fantastically enormous amount of drink.
And that's what happened. Genetic pool, you know, gets replaced with a vodka pool, you know. And then well, the bits of news coming from modern Russia is quite encouraging health-wise. You know, I just heard, for example, that the rate of heart attacks among males who are over 60 is declining. And this is because most of the males die in their late 40s and early 50s. That's what drinking does.
So did you all just sit around then, you know, having a nice time, chatting over a vodka in those communist days?
Yes, actually, we would sit around the table, just like this one. There would be many more bottles on it. We would cover the telephone with a pillow in a naive belief that it could somehow neutralize KGB bugging devices. And probably we were right, because their bugging devices were of such poor quality. They didn't even need a pillow. They couldn't hear anything anyway. But you know what happened? After the 4th or the 5th bottle of vodka, a miracle would occur. Suddenly everything, including the KGB guys and the bugging devices, would disappear, and the reality would become wonderful.
Russia did this very good trick with larders and Chernobyl and things of convincing us that their technology was rubbish, but it wasn't, was it? It was good.
Well, I think it's actually the other way around. I think it actually was trying to convince the West that it was fantastic, and it was actually rubbish. You mentioned the larders, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know, ladders were pretty good down the hill, yeah, but the problem was how to get it up the hill, you know?
So how long was the waiting list for a larder?
My late father, actually, I think he was standing in this queue for about 8 years, and then he died, and he never...
8 years
he
for a
never
larder?
actually saw his larder.
8 years?
More than 8 years.
For a larder.
More than 8 years.
You've got the mafia now.
Well, you've got it as well. They're all here.
Are they?
Well, most of them are.
Here?
Yeah.
Among us? No, someone was saying to me that 80% of all the flats currently being rented in Monaco are to the Russian mafia. How much money have they actually got?
Well, it's hard to say, but I think if you take International Monetary Fund donations to Russia from every year, add them up together, so this will give you an approximate figure. Almost
so
all
they
of
look
it.
at Bill Gates and go, poor bloke. How have they managed to become so powerful?
I don't know. I think they were always there. They were simply calling themselves differently. You know, now they're proudly calling themselves mafia dons because it's allowed. And formerly in the Soviet Union, they were calling themselves party leaders or KGB people.
Because kids now
the people are still the same.
Kids all want to join it, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They had this amazing survey in Moscow among school kids. And, well, if I'm not mistaken, more than 50% of boys said that they would want to be, when they grow up, mafia gangsters. And I think about 80% of girls said that they wanted to be hard currency prostitutes. Because it's glamour,
Russia.
You know?
What do the Russians think of the British?
I actually love the British, and that's why I actually live here. There's only one thing that pisses me off. I think, Jeremy, you should stop mixing your vodkas with lime, with Coke. Drinking a flavored vodka or a vodka mixed with lemon and lime or whatever is like violating a virgin. So please stop doing that.
We'll have some of that later. Ladies and gentlemen, Vitale Vitalio. Okay. We now have a public information film for you. This simple and rather boring story about a simple and rather boring man begins 38 years ago in the picturesque Devon countryside. Born into an equestrian family, he was sent to an agreeable prep school and then to a public school famous for the sporting prowess of its students. From there, it was natural he should go to the Sandhurst Military Academy, where his love of horses stood him in good stead for a commission in the historic Household Cavalry. It was in this capacity that he met a beautiful but unhappily married princess, whom he shagged. And there you are, the life of James Hewitt. Now you don't need to buy his tawdry little book.
That was a public information film on behalf of Common Sense.
Are you planning on writing a book which argues that Jerry Adams is a puff? Well, if so, you'll be needing some armour plating for your car. Now, the most popular material is this. It's 1/4-inch thick steel plate. It's cheap for sure, but I don't think it's good enough. You see, let's see how long it takes to cut it in half using an oxyacetylene torch. You ready, Stuart? OK, visor down, and what we have to do is warm the edge up first till it glows red, and away we go. Start the clock. Here she comes. It's just astonishing that I am actually cutting through sheet steel this easily. Peter Mandelson should be watching this with his new job. They'll be into one of his Jaguars. And there we are! In just 20 seconds, I'm through. Look, and that's not good. So what is the toughest material known to man? Well, it's not Kevlar, it's not titanium, it's not carbon fibre. What it is, in actual fact, is a pizza with extra cheese and no anchovies. You don't believe me, do you? Well, OK, let's put that on my little shelf here and hit it with the oxyacetylene torch. 3,000 degrees is what we've got at the point of that flame. Okie doke, ready, away we go. Lots of fire, lots of brimstone. Well, the 20 seconds is up. We've certainly decimated the top, but what's happened underneath? It hasn't broken through! It's astonishing! We've actually worked out that you only need a layer of 14 pizzas to protect the space shuttle from the heat of re-entry. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, the most indestructible substance known to man. The humble pizza. Now, let's move on to something a little more useful in an everyday context. Feeding babies. Now, we all know the problem. Your favourite TV show's about to start and you find that your baby is kind of disinterested, distracted, mardy, won't eat. Well, I may have a solution. What you need is a simple party popper, such as you'd get at any joke shop. Now, you take out the little cardboard base and discard the streamers, which you don't need, then simply fill it instead with whatever it is that your baby happens to like. I mean, I've got here some tender chicken with carrot. So we get that filled up like so, that'll do. And then we must remember to put the cardboard back in, OK? And we just take aim and... And don't worry if you have sextuplets or if you want to feed one child several courses all at once. What you need is an egg box, such as I have here, and then you poke holes in the bottom into which you insert the party poppers. Now, I've got one... Yes, look, I've got one here that we made earlier. Now, the idea is that you fill this one with, say, a prawn cocktail, and this one with, I don't know, some carrots, some marrow, some meat, all the way through maybe to the pudding of a pureed banana. And then, with EastEnders just about to begin, we kind of take aim. This is the Clarkson speed feeder. Ready? It's fantastic! OK, I want now to unlock the secrets of a woman's mind. You see, it's like this, a million individual thought processes moving at once in perfect harmony. I need to pick the kids up at 3, I need to design that skyscraper, I must make sure I don't have a visible panty line. It's remarkable. Especially when you compare it to what's going on inside a man's mind. I wonder what that new orange Kit Kat's like. Ooh, I'm all hungry. All that thinking's made me tired. Amazing then, isn't it, that it was a man who invented penicillin? In fact, men invented everything, even the tampon applicator. We also have to fight all the wars and get all the spiders out of all the baths. And yet these days, when we get back from work, where we spend all day bending iron in a foundry, we're expected to toss up a light pasta salad. We even have to talk after sex. Can you get off the remote, love? That won't do. Right? So it's small wonder then we're all a bit confused. We need some help, and I can't think of a better advisor than my next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Germaine Greer. Have a seat. Professor Germaine Greer, I put it to you that men did invent everything and that womankind so far has invented nothing.
Well, they didn't invent penicillin, now did they? Men found penicillin. I often wonder what it's going to take an Englishman to admit that it was Australian who did it. You keep saying men, we,
well,
us.
aren't Australians men?
Yeah, but I was listening to a whole...
was a man. It was Alexander.
He was also an Australian man, but no one can ever bring themselves to say that. And it wasn't an invention anyway. No, I know it wasn't the point, but you're just being...
Well, the helicopter, that was
I'm arguing
us.
like a woman. Behave. I'm coming at you sideways. I'm not going to do your linear nonsense.
This is Germaine's most recent book, this one. It's called The Whole Woman, anyway. And it's for women. It's useless, Germaine. There's no recipes in it. There's no coupons. There's nothing.
I would have thought you'd found that a very useful book, because what it says is, don't expect any more from men. They're already exhausted. They've done their best. This is it. They're not going to change. Do without them. Let them live in their strange world, their train-spotting, car-driving, toy-using world. Let them spend their life on the remote, or indeed on the mouse, surfing the net. Let them do all that, because at least it keeps them out of your hair. And just get on with running the world.
Because, I mean, that's the point. I mean, I did think that I've done enough now. I know which end of the Hoover goes on the floor.
Yeah, but knowing is not enough.
Well, I'm going to use it. It's a woman's job.
But isn't it really fun? The last thing I want is for big, useful, sweet, horny, nice men to be doing housework. I don't want to see you hoovering.
You heard it here first. Men, no more housework.
I don't want to see women hoovering. Besides, can you imagine what you look like? What you would like with a hoover? I mean, the hoover comes up to your knee. You must be stooping.
Germaine, have you ever thought what it would be like to be a man?
Yes. Ooh, wow. To have sexual fantasies 3 times, what is it? Is it 3 times a second or 3 times a minute? I get confused. But it must be just so vile to have that thing dragging around all the time with its own ideas. You get on the bus. You get on the bus and it suddenly decides to look about. And you can't get off the bus. I think it would be the worst thing in the world. I can keep my secrets, you can't keep yours. I can tell if you're willing, unwilling, able, unable. You can't fake orgasm. I can't imagine life without being able to fake orgasm. And it would go on forever. God damn.
We've just moved into a territory where actually it's magazines like Cosmopolitan that have made life so utterly miserable for men. They have, because they give you this sort of oral sex, right? They did diagrams on how to do it, and you just think, Christ, if I'm out by a millimetre, I'm going to be sacked.
That's just an excuse.
What?
You're just like all Englishmen. You'd just rather not know about it. You'd rather never have to do it. The whole idea is
No, you've got
horrifying.
this constant to the left a bit, I'll right a bit. You think, I don't know, it's all folded away and difficult.
What are you trying to do it with? I mean, you don't do it with a screwdriver.
You do understand, we are so polite. We never say to you lot, hey, look, this blowjob's not working, in case you stop.
Oh, yes, you do. That is absolutely not true. That is absolutely not
No
true.
man has ever said to a woman, look, dear, can you just stop that, please?
No, that's true. But all you need is the hand on the back of the head. I mean, it's not like directing you this way and that. Come on, give me a break. And besides which, we know what to do. It's not that difficult.
All right, if you
The only trouble is I was trained, as a young woman, I was trained by a woman who did it professionally. I really was.
Blowjob classes?
She said to me, there's a few things you need to know, you know. So she showed me what to do.
Listen, girls, this could be useful. What are they?
Well, there's lots of things, but the most important thing is to breathe deeply. Because if you breathe deeply, you won't gag, and gagging is really bad manners. You're not supposed to go, ooh, and you're also not supposed to strangle either. So you've got to make sure that you haven't shut off your airways.
Okay, it strikes me that women are now doing okay. Would you agree with that?
In what sense?
You know, that life's pretty good. This programme, for instance, is produced by a woman, sold to a BBC Two, which is controlled by a woman. We've had a woman Prime Minister. You're kind of there now, yeah?
And none of us can get laid. I mean, it's just absurd.
Well,
Ain't that the truth? They know it's the truth, see? So what did we really
queue
want?
up afterwards, I'll see how many I can manage.
You've taken your revenge.
Just don't want talking.
You've taken your ball away. You know, you've said, if you're not going to play my game, then it's my ball and I'm leaving.
Have you seen the report that came out a couple of weeks ago, government report, which says that women now, today, want to work and stay at home to look after the children? And that the government, Mr. Blair's government, is going to somehow accommodate this. Well, I mean, I want to work and I want to be in the pub. He's not going to accommodate that, is he?
No, that's because being in the pub isn't work. Whereas bringing up children, this is going to be a tremendous surprise to you, Jeremy. Bringing up kids is work. And it's hard work, and it's 24 hours a day. You're on call all the time. And as far as I'm concerned, in our society, all work gets paid for. And as long as we go on pretending that bringing up kids is kind of a hobby and don't want to pay for it, we're going to end up with childcare not properly organised, nursery care not available, preschool, all of this a mess, the annual nanny scandals because we're using informal childcare that we can't control. We've got to put money into the childcare sector. It's going to have to be paid for. Now, Harriet Harman has about as much power as I do, so it won't go very far, but she's saying she wants, what, £70 a week or something, which is kind of
Tax break,
outrageous.
yeah. It's
But
plenty.
it should just be a salary, boy. You want us to bear children. It's called travail. It's
Well,
called
I can't
labour.
bear children.
Pay for it. But
I can't bear children.
Oh, you'll be able to soon.
I won't.
You will.
You won't.
They'll be able to attach a fetus to your bowel. They've already done it once. The headlines were, now men can have children. And I thought, gee, we're going to wait for them to be knocked over in the rush.
If we're
I don't know
inventing it,
any
it'll be on
men.
our arms or somewhere convenient. Put it here.
I think on the dashboard.
On the
Surely.
dashboard is a much better idea.
Why should you? If you can have, if women's bodies are not necessary to gestate babies, then they're going to gestate them just anywhere. We're going to be getting babies out of pigs, you know, babies out of glass-fronted cabinets.
Compost heaps.
Yeah, but then you'll do without women altogether, I reckon. You'll say, oh, excuse me, we don't really need you anymore. You people with broad hips and these lactating
We need
breasts.
shagging occasionally.
But you can shag anything.
Well, not pigs and compost heaps.
Of course you can shag a pig or a compost heap.
This is
And
getting
what's more,
surreal
you don't
now.
have... But the important thing is you don't have to talk afterwards. You don't have to cuddle. You can just get it over with.
I don't know, some pigs might want talking to it.
I don't think so. Actually, what we are told is that transsexual prostitutes understand a man's needs better than women prostitutes, and so they're doing bigger business.
I don't know. Look,
Haven't you looked in your local phone box lately? Haven't you seen who's
there are no
numbers are in there?
transsexuals in Chipping Norton, right? That's just a fact. There just aren't any. Can we agree that men and women have different brains? I mean, they are actually biologically different. Because, I mean, that's been proven. What worries me is that...
I agree. Men are mad. Men are completely mad. I mean, have you ever seen a female train spotter? I mean, men who have enough intellectual power to make a difference are memorising football scores and remembering the precise sequence of moves in a game that was played 23 years ago and all that kind of thing.
This is important.
I know that football is more than a matter of life and death. It's more important than that. But that's why you're mad. You're mad.
So you don't think it's important that Curved Air got to number 4 in 1968 with Backstreet Love?
No.
It is. It's crucial.
Crucial to what?
We're making lists. Don't you make
yes,
lists?
no, it's crucial to men having a place for everything and everything in its place. They
Yeah.
can't live in the real world. They have to live in these fantasy orders, classifying everything.
So we're
and
different.
understanding nothing.
So
you're
we're-
mad. You're
we're
not different.
different.
You're weird.
Germaine, I have to just ask you this. What is very confusing, being a modern new man, or trying to be, is we don't know, when we come home, whether we're supposed to be in a bearskin thong and take our wives over the Arga, or whether we're supposed to...
Don't take her over the Argo. It's not properly insulated. You'll burn her.
Well, over some kitchen table, or whether we're supposed to come home and make a quiche. How are we supposed to know which to do?
You could talk to your wife. It's a good idea. The fact that we can even have this conversation is kind of funny, don't you think? Because you still think that there are these defined sex roles and that men are like this and women are like that. And actually, you're damn lucky to have a wife. A wife is the most extraordinary privilege to have. I would love to have a wife.
Well, on that one, we'll close it. Ladies and gentlemen, Germaine Greer. See you next Sunday. Bye.